Alright, so I'm back home in the shop with the new car, the SC300. I know like a lot of my friends are not so happy with me, and then other friends are super stoked. But there's multiple reasons that I picked up this car rather than the JZX, and basically like the JZX is cool and it's a really unique badass car, but I'm just not in the financial position to really go and dump a bunch of money into that thing to make it like what I had envisioned in my head. And also, I can't help it, like I'd want to be tandeming with that car and I'd want to drive it in Texas street legal some, and then some dingus would just probably run into the side of the car, and that would just like really bum me out. And this car is already caged, it's already like ready to party pretty much. It just needs fine tuning and needs to be dialed in right. But yeah, I got the side skirts off. I'm gonna lift it up and just kind of look stuff over. All right, so we got this thing in the air, and I've been looking it over a little bit. It looks like the rack is definitely leaking, and that boot is completely screwed. It was making some power steering noise, so I probably need to check the power steering on it. Also, there's this brace on this side, and it's missing one on that side, so I need to source that brace probably, because it does this weird thing where whenever you're rolling backwards and you're on the brakes, this brake almost kind of like starts to lock up and wants to stop. So it's obviously either like something on the caliper, or it's moving this, doing something weird, like it's getting in some weird bind. And there's definitely a good amount of oil leaking from somewhere, and I believe, see, there's some oil on the turbo manifold right there. It looks like it's coming from right there. The oil return line on the turbo. So hopefully that sucker's just loose or something. Gonna look at that in a second. The oil pan gasket might be leaking some also. But there's definitely, this thing is definitely pretty oily under here. Oh yeah, look at all that. It's dripping all on my freaking shop floor, man. I don't know. Maybe this engine should just come out at some point, and I should just reseal everything. But other than that, I mean, it looks good underneath. It's not, ooh, frame rails are pretty scraped up. Not terrible though, it's not the end of the world. Everything looks pretty good under here. It's got a big aftermarket rear sway bar, full exhaust, that's all V-band. Looks like the trans is leaking a teeny bit from somewhere too. This is more just, this car will need more time invested than money. So that's cool with me, because I got plenty of time, but don't necessarily have plenty of money. And this thing will party pretty hard. Came with a brand new set of rear tires. So that's gonna get destroyed as soon as I get this oil leak fixed. Underneath the car definitely has some oil leaks coming from the pan and the oil return on the turbo. But inside, so might need a shifter bushing, it looks like. And this hydro has no pressure whatsoever, so there's probably a leak or something in there. This guy's a floppy boy. Just kind of just kind of sitting in there. The lights kind of flicker on and off, so there might be some weird, like a little electrical deal I need to deal with. But other than that, the car seems pretty solid. I know Evan said that there's some weird, like, front steering issue with the rack or something, where it kind of gets like a little wobble when you're driving it. And it did do that to me for a second on the street after like a pull. Exterior wise, I want to mount the over fenders with something other than these like little self tappers. I like the flush ones like this. I like those. And the wing mount broke. Got ripped through the hole right there. See that big ass hole in there? So what I'm gonna try to do is probably just use the same anchor and then just use a washer or something. But yeah, this car should be pretty cool. I'm excited to get to work on it. My plan with this car is basically just to drive it and have a lot of fun. It's pretty set up for the most part. I don't think I need to change too much. I just need to like look at the alignment, see where the alignment's at, set it up how I like it, and kind of just go through everything on the suspension and make sure everything is solid and ready to rip. And of course, the real plan, got to paint this hoe red, give it the red or dead treatment. I don't know if I'm going to paint it or I'm going to wrap it, one or the other. But I'm mostly just excited to do cool Jay-Z rips with a cool Jay-Z party car. I'm super stoked. This whole deal with me and Evan really worked out for the both of us, I think, just because Evan is in the position to really make that JZX what it should be and make a badass car out of that. And this car is already pretty much built where it just needs more time than money. And he just doesn't have the time to chase down like little issues and gremlins on this thing like I do. So it was a great deal for both of us, and I'm super stoked that it worked out. And I'm excited to get this thing out at the track and do some rips with it.